What's up everyone, it is me Nato here, and I want to go ahead and make a video on this topic that I feel like a lot of the Dokkan community has been discussing. I've seen a lot of arguments for it, a lot of just people saying that they want LR Vegito Blue to be buffed, right? Just especially the Blue Goku and Vegeta. A lot of people think that this character, in terms of their kit before they fuse, is too underwhelming and doesn't make the character as strong as they should be, doesn't meet people's expectations for how strong a brand new LR Vegeta Blue is going to be. That maybe some people are saying there shouldn't even be a discussion in the first place, right? I want to go ahead and talk about that and, just kind of address some popular statements about it. But before we go on, I do want to state myself, I don't think this character is going to get buffed. If you're hoping for this character to get buffed, don't hope for this character to get buffed. This character, in terms of what they're expecting to release him as and what they're planning to have him in terms of what he can accomplish in game, they meet the goal. Right now, this character is able to no item run every event in the game very effortlessly, and I don't think that there's going to be a real reason for them to even want to buff this character, even if as many people as possible talk about it, because if they could already beat all the content in the game, do they have to very effortlessly, and they're already on par with some of the best units in the game? They don't necessarily have to be what's considered quote unquote the best ever unit in the game, right? Number one, as much as people would like that, right? But yeah, I do think people have also been underrating this unit as well in terms of the Blue Goku and Vegeta and downplaying them a little. But we're going to talk about first some, again, theories about people saying that the unit could be buffed, right? So first and foremost, I guess we'll take a look at under this recent post. So JP Dokkan did post, of course, that we did hit the top grossing rewards. We got the rewards out on JP specifically. And apparently I was told that there's some JP comments under here that actually, I'll go ahead and refresh that, are not satisfied with Vegito. They're saying Vegito is too weak specifically here. If we go ahead and scroll down here, I think, I know this is not an actual Japanese player, but I saw this comment right here. You destroyed Vegito Blue's performance. What are you thinking? I have to solve this problem. I believe this is an actual GP player based on what I'm seeing. It looks like to be an actual GP player. Unsatisfied with Vegeta Blue in terms of his overall kit, right? This doesn't look to be, this is a, I guess it might be a JP player here. Hashtag buff the blues, right? This person's talking about summoning. This is another Japanese player right here. They posted this whole thing. I wonder if this usage is more stable. Everyone wants an upward revision and performance rise upwards, which has been basically saying, I want a buff for this character. He talks about how he would buff this character, adding a category, I guess, right? Let's see here. What is this person saying? If it can be fixed, the actual condition relax, or all 7 turns would be good. Less necessary to put it in the 3rd slot. So it's like, you don't want to, this person doesn't want to float the brand new LR Vegeta Blue off so that you have an easier time of transforming him, or you don't get a turn where, oh, I can't transform him on turn 5 and he doesn't guard and I die, right? That's kind of like the point there, which it's not an invalid point. If there's anything I would say the issue with him is the fact that they run out of the guard and then you potentially can't transform. And then that Blue Goku and Vegeta without the guard ability, it's obviously guard ability is a 9-day difference, right? I'm sure we all know this, right? Here's another, this is the same Japanese player. They brought up Physical Ultimate Gohan. And again, a lot of players were not satisfied with LR Physical Ultimate Gohan. Let's see, what is this GP player saying? Fix Vegito is what fix vegetables, I'm assuming. Yeah, instead of distributing stones, fix Vegito is what I'm assuming that's meaning. Another Japanese player, fix it fast. Again, yeah, there's so many people under here who are saying they want Vegito to be buffed. Like, let's take a look at some of these right here. Vegito upward connection destroyed his ability. Please correct Goku Vegeta upwards. It won't be Vegito Blue, but it'll make you feel blue. Buff Vegito Blue. And then a lot of people are just posting their summons here. Let's see, so even more comments, right? We're seeing a lot of GP players saying that they want it to be buffed. Oh, this person just can't get the unit. It's very sad. Quite broken if it's third factory. I see again. People are talking about I guess maybe not being able to fuse with Vegito, but it's kind of the thing there. And I understand a lot of global players feel the same way. I think a lot of people feel very similar where the Goku and Vegeta specifically, a lot of people don't like them. And, you know, I think that they're just not a flashy unit. I think that's one thing about them. Because there's this part of the passive where they get, no, right here. 150% defense and a high chance to dodge. Like, so I think an issue is that people are expecting this unit to, like, in their base farm, do damage all the time, but then also be like the tankiest unit in the game. And it's like, that's not how their design is necessarily like meant to work. They're still very good. In slot 1, this 100% 50% defense buff, I think people don't realize how much defense this actually gives the character. And then they also have a high chance to dodge on top of that. But their damage isn't really the greatest in slot 1, so people don't really like that. And I guess I can kind of see, because they're not really, like, they're doing, like, their screenshots like 55% Goku Vegeta is doing, like, 3-mil attack stats, and people are like, oh, well, this unit sucks, right? Because 3-mil attack stats aren't really too impressive, but it's pretty much in slot 2, that's where you want to get the extra attack, right? And that's, you know, especially against a Robot God's enemy, that's where they're meant to, like, really pop off in terms of damage. But people want a more consistent output, which again, it's like, I'm not necessarily blaming it, but I think there's an issue where people are saying this unit sucks, and then an issue where people are saying I wanted the unit to be even stronger, like by far number 1 in the game. I think those are two different things where I'm seeing a lot of people think that this unit like needs a buff, and they really don't need an actual buff. This ability is very good. I would say when they have the guard up and they're in slot 1, they're better. Like, could you argue them as the, like, one of the best defensive units in the game, like top 3 defensive unit in the game with this ability in slot 1? I think so, probably. They're a very strong defensive unit, but I would say they're better than Vegeta Trunks slot 1 for the first 4 turns with the guard, right? But yeah, again, I'm saying here, people are just saying, like, you know, okay, they can just do a data download, easy, fix Vegito. That's not how it's going to work. They probably need to do a lot of approvals. They need to figure out the exact kit changes they're going to do. There's a lot of stuff put into actually changing a character. And, again, I think people are overacting just a little bit in terms of it. And I saw Abu right here. Abu did post talking about the LR Vegito Blue, where Vegito Blue was buffed, right? So if you guys don't remember, S tier LR EZ Vegito Blue was actually updated in terms of his passive skills, and they gave him an upgrade to what he originally was because there was, again, a community outrage. And people felt that Vegito Blue was not as strong as he should have been, which I would say in this case, yeah, LR Vegito Blue, if there's a mess up for an EZA that did this guy, because you could argue his pre-EZA state was weaker than his post-EZA, no, was stronger than his post-EZA state, because you could just stay, like, because you couldn't even really stack with him at all. And it's like, what if you just, like, partially EZA him to get the extra super attack levels, and then just keep the super attack effects the same, so you don't have to, or the passive the same, right? So you don't have to worry about not being able to stack, right? So they updated that, and then they made it easier for him to be able to stack. But one thing people have to keep in mind, same thing with this guy, Super Saiyan 3 Physical Gotenks. This character was not out when they buffed him, right? I wish, like, okay, so I could actually bring it up here. We could see EZA LR Vegito Blue. I guess, well, I don't know if it's going to show the correct state, because he was technically in the game. He was in the game data, right? That's why they revealed his information so early. But his official release, yeah, I think it shows July 11th, but we weren't able to get him until after, like, a couple of weeks, because of the metal exchanges. We didn't have enough, like, story of the new, like, there's like a new currency they introduced, basically, if I'm not mistaken, or they gave us more options to get more of the like the metals, the Kai metals, to EZA Vegito Blue. And we didn't have enough new ones to actually EZA him all the way. We could only partially EZA him. We couldn't even get his new passive. So what happened is they updated his passive before we're even able to use it in game and fully EZA him. So he wasn't actually officially released as full EZA, right? So that's like kind of treading on a like a line there, but it's not like he came out fully EZA'd and then they changed this kit after. That's not what they did. Same thing with Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. He was changed prior to his release due to community outrage. It's not like he was, how do I explain it? Like he released and then people didn't like him after using him. They're like, okay, you need to change him. That's just not how these things are. That's not how Dokkan operates, right? And one extra thing I want to bring up. So many people bring up, what about Legends, where Legends buffs Goku and Frieza, and I started talking like Toshi there. Goku and okay, but like they they buffed Goku and Frieza, and then it's like they, were like, okay, yeah, we made a mistake. We want to make this unit stronger for the meta in PvP, and I think that's the difference. Legends is a PvP game, and I think that there's a lot more that goes through. Legends is just a different game in general. I know that sometimes Dokkan and Legends does somewhat similar things, but the fact of the matter is that Goku and Frieza were just not like competitive in PvP to other top tier characters. Well, this unit is competitive not only to the other top tier units in the game, but we're a PvE and they could effortlessly clear every single event in the game, like easily. Where it's not an issue where these guys are not able to even clear like difficult events. Well, as like Goku and Frieza, they're not as strong in PvP, which is the like pretty much like the main aspect for Legends, right? And I think that's just kind of just a different. I don't know the term to say, but it's just a different playground, right? Legends is a different game. They're aiming to do kind of different things. Dokkan isn't doing that. That's why units like Raditz never got buffed. That's why AJLR Gohan's active skill never got changed, right? That's a big one. Those characters not changed. Vegito is most likely not going to change. I'm not going to say it's impossible that it's like, yeah, he's not 0% going to change. There's always a chance, right? So I can't really say like, oh, for sure he's not changing. But I would say that, again, 99% he's not going to change. So you guys are just going to have to kind of accept this is the unit, unfortunately. Even if you don't like them, you just have to. I don't want people to get their hopes up for a potential buff for this character. And if it does happen, if you don't expect it, that's cool, but it's not going to happen. Realistically speaking, it just that's not how Dokkan's going to really do things like that, right? LR Vegeta Blue right there. But I kind of want to talk about this because I know I see a lot of people bringing this up. I see a lot of people, bringing this up. Again, a lot of players are upset. So it's like, I mean, if they do it, I'd be psyched. But I also want to bring up this right here. Funny enough, if they want to make changes to characters, what I would like for them to change is Goresh has brought it up here. Not putting half corrupted in his name is the same as not putting full power in full power Frieza's name. This Fusion Zamasu here, I don't know. It'd be nice if his name was changed, right? I do want to bring it up. It just in a Dokkan naming situation where it's like every other game we see half corrupted Fusion Zamasu here for Legends. I think this is Heroes half corrupted Fusion Zamasu, I'm assuming. And then this is Xenoverse 2, Fusion Zamasu half corrupted. They all like have a different name, but then Dokkan just doesn't have a different name there. I just feel like I wanted to talk about this just because it's funny. And it's like, I like this is I think more of an issue. Like just the naming inconsistency in Dokkan and allowing some of these characters not to link together. We could say Trunkses, some Gohans, right? Some Masus, right? Imagine if we had the correct naming term for this Zamasu, and then like the LR Zamasu from last year wasn't totally just sidelined and it kind of feels like a useless release, right? That would be nice, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the thing regarding that. It would have been potentially really cool there, but all right. So next, I asked Twitter this, right? We'll go ahead and finish these off, and we'll be reading some replies here. So I asked people, let's say Dokkan allows you to make one change to LR Vegeta Blue's kit without making any new mechanics. or adding any new mechanics. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna add that he guaranteed dodges, or I'm gonna add that he also guaranteed crits or something like that. No new mechanics, just an update to an existing mechanic or his kit that he already has, right? Or you can't say like, oh yeah, I would actually give him a domain skill, right? You guys get the point. If I was gonna change anything about this character and I had to say one change, I would honestly just change this. I would get rid of this, and then we wouldn't even do this at this point. Just make it starting for the 5th turn, even for starting with the 5th turn from starter turn. That's it. Because even though this means that he can't get it until his own 5th turn, the thing is that this unit guards for the first 4 turns anyways. And then it's like, okay, they're guarding for the first 4 turns, and then on the 5th turn you just fuse into Vegito Blue. And then you're looking good here. And maybe if they want, they could make this greatly raising defense, but I mean, if it's one change, I think this is the change I would make. Just the consistency in transforming into this guy, and this guy is really good, which I've also seen people saying that this guy is underwhelming. There's not even an argument. Like, this guy's like no way underwhelming. He's very easily busted, and people who think that this guy's underwhelming simply just honestly they don't know how the game works. They don't play the game. Like, how you can't, this guy's not underwhelming. He's like, you don't play the game properly or something. Like, if you say that this guy's bad, and you know, you may be thinking right now, this guy's crazy. Who says Vegeta Blue is bad? Go look at my comment section of the 55% Vegeta Blue showcase and some of the recent Vegeta Blue showcases I've done. A lot of people have called this Vegeta Blue bad. Straight up. They say he's underwhelming or his damage is bad. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Okay, but let's go ahead and go look one last time into this post. Let me go ahead and translate this here. But I mean, refresh it here. Okay. So let's see. We got 2 quotes here. Let's take a look here. Change the active restriction to an or. What do you mean? I don't know. What do you mean or? Or where? What? Where? Look. What? I'm actually really confused. Okay. Turn 4 transforming. Probably would be turn 5, but yeah, turn 4 transforming would have been nice as well, for sure. That's an easy transformation condition. Yeah, literally exactly this. Can be activated for the 5th turn from starter turn. That's it. I think if the fusion was more consistent, people would feel better, because the fact that you could get screwed out of not fusing with this guy and then this unit gets you killed, it does feel bad, because I would say without this guard ability, you're kind of screwed over. So you want to get Vegito out in turn 5, basically. Yep, turn 5, start a battle. I don't know if this would really make the biggest difference. Well, it will make a difference, right? But I guess it would be nice, right? Just turn 5, and assuming you know HP restriction maybe, but stacking attack and defense on both SA effects in base. So one thing to keep in mind is, well, I guess he would still gain an overall defense buff from this, like if it's stacking attack and defense, but stacking attack and defense is actually a 20% buff if you stack both of them, rather than a pure 30% buff. So, I mean, I wouldn't care that he loses less attack stacking overall, but, I mean, if you stacked attack and defense on both the 12 and 18 key, he would obviously just gain much more defense overall. And I would rather lose the extra attack that he could potentially get. So that's my opinion, though. 100% attack and defense for the fun of it, sure. No HP restriction, no HP restriction. Turn 5. Guard, guarantee, and stack defense on 12 key. I'm assuming just permanent guard here and then defense stacking here, which would also be good. Those are 2 changes, but you know, sure. Let's see. Active condition. Turn 5 in Future Saga or turn 7. Yeah, just like flip it around. That could be, I think that could be okay too. Make the fusing turn 5 guaranteed. Switch super attack effects. Yeah, I mean, if he stacked attack on his 18 key and then stacked defense on his 12 key, he's doing a lot of 12 key supers because he gets the additional super attack at 20 key. And in the second slot right here, he gets an intentional attack that's a high chance to become a super, and then we have the hidden potential system. So even in slot 1, he could like double super and he would technically gain more defense. Well, he would if it's just stacking defense, right? So that would be better as well. Nothing is perfect. They're not doing that. Like, this is unrealistic. He's not. He doesn't need this. Yeah, I guess I could have put. I feel like people understand what I meant with the Goku Vegeta, huh? 150% defense. This is not multiplicative, but okay, I think a lot of people are confused about this too. This 150% defense is not multiplicative, which is again I think people are confused at the defense buff, but this defense stack is affected greatly by it because this is multiplicative against that. So like it'd be the 100% attack and defense plus the 100% here, so that's 200% attack and defense for 4 turns. Then he gets another 150%, so that's 250%, and then this 30% stack multiplies against that. Right? So that's how that works. Actually, that's 350% defense, my bad. That will multiply against that. Base form dodge also applies to slot 3. Oh, I see. So like you could flip these guys and get the dodge in slot 3 too. That'd be an interesting effect too, right? And then in slot 2 specifically, they get the attack and defense. Sure, I think it'd be fine. Again, so many people are saying just turn 5 transformation. Physical Golden Frieza transformation condition. I don't think that would be a thing they do. This is probably too strong. What is it? 12Q raise attack, raise defense for 1 turn, and that's it. Yeah, so they get like an extra defense raise after the super attack and the 12 key. I think everyone understands 5 turns of guard would also be good, because it's like in the case where you can't transform on turn 5, you still have that guard, and then turn 7 you could transform without an HP restriction. You just need a future saga ally, which is a lot easier to control. Funny enough, the reason why they probably didn't get this guy turn 5 guard is because they didn't want this Vegeta Blue to get guard when you transform in turn 5 with them. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna give him turn 4 guard so that you literally cannot transform and get the guard with Vegito. So yep, but I don't know, I think this is a good topic to talk about nonetheless, and just kind of discuss this unit. I think this unit's fine, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you think this unit should be buffed, I would personally disagree with you, but it's always nice to hear the points of the community. And that's it for me. I'll catch you in the next video, and peace out.